Yeah, this is reference to this one dude that I saw on Instagram. He was talking about how his parents put him in the care of whomever for whatever profit or thing they wanted. And so these people decided, because it's almost also still like, it's like good cop, bad cop, because it's still, the dude's parents or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you still have to go within the care of the people that are now doing what they do, right? So this was the thing where it's like, he wanted to bring awareness to this, and so I thought I would. Because I thought about it, and, sat on it, and it's just been popping up every now and then. But it's kind of interesting though, because it plays out in my head, at least when I have seen what I've seen for all these years. It just seems like interesting how close it is to like the mind control he was saying that they were attempting to put him under. It sounds so similar to how we as a people get put under the same spell as a nation or as a people or whatever. Like I said, whatever. And so he was saying how the ones that stood out to me, the little things that stood out to me more than anything, was that he was talking about how it was like they would make cartoons and it would make certain characters. It would put certain songs to that character, and then every now and then they would play the music at random times. They would, show the cartoon character or whatever show at certain times and make them watch it and associate certain things with said cartoon. And they said that they would never know who or when or what, when it would happen. It would jump out, do something to them. It's crazy because like I said, these are children and they're being subjected to this. So more into what I'm what I'm talking about. They're doing to these children. But the main part was like how they would go about it, which was interesting to me. Like I said, he said they would like use the music to scare them and to keep them in a certain way. And I noticed that it creates this Stockholm syndrome of like type vibe, man. It's like, and so like I said, it was interesting to me that more so than the physical things that they would do to them, it was more of the mental stuff that they would do to keep them in check. And it's funny enough that you would never think that a cartoon character or a song can be used as mind control. But they said that they would play it all the time. They would do all kinds of things to them at random times. Whatever they wouldn't let them do or do, you know what I'm saying? It was just never at the right time for them, that type of thing. And it ingrained this song in the cartoon character in their mind to where they would see it, it would automatically give them anxiety or, throw them in whatever fits of things, what have you. It freak them out. Of course, it's creating trauma. But just hearing about how, like I said, they went through it was interesting to me because it seems to me that we as a people go through it in a weird way. Like I said, there may be singular moments and events, but it's interesting that these certain moments, these overall moments as a collective, we kind of go through the same deal, but we just don't see it that way. But I remember being terrified by cartoons too, or certain things like that, or having that one song, kind of like the Jack in the Box and that thing. Like it's kind of the same thing I'm seeing here when it comes to how you can keep people in check. Even I don't see it as like the age being a factor. Like it don't matter. But I see it as that their brains are so fogged and so clogged up by all the things that are going on around them that they're more worried about like what might happen to them if they do something, or they're so out of their mind that it's not even a thought to call or say something. Like that's how I'm seeing the reasons why they're doing what they did to the children and everything else. Is it's like, because they know at this point that how to do this system. Like, if somebody knew to do these certain things and play this at certain times and make them Clockwork Orange, watch whatever the case may be. But like I said, it gets into the psyche so much so that they don't even have, like, I can see how people, what I'm saying, you're so wrapped up in that situation that it doesn't seem like there's a way out, or you can just do something, because what if? It's always the what if, or what can they do to you if you do? What are the consequences? It's usually, I see why most people are scared of most things, is that, it's more so the consequences of what happens to them. But to keep a person in line just by having a cartoon and some songs and, and maybe some certain words or phrases and things like that they would say, and you keep saying that or doing that over and over again, and that's all you need to keep somebody in line. Like, you don't even have to abuse them any further than that. That's just interesting to me, because I said we're dealing with that as a collective. There's some type of brand, there's some song associated to said brand. There's ways that they, like I said, they'll scare you. And it may not necessarily, but you know what I'm saying? Because I always find it funny how, like, you'll hear something and before you know it, they're like, hey, don't you need this? Like, they're scare you or do something to you or make you feel uncomfortable or something, or make you really happy, and then show you a product or something like that, and like, hey, don't you need this though? You know what I'm saying? Or don't forget about this one sale, or don't forget about this one thing we got going on, and you know what I mean? You need to know about it, but don't forget about that sad thing that we showed you. But don't forget to go watch that one show that we made you want to watch, because you really want to watch it, because we didn't make you want to. You wanted to watch it, right? Make sure you go do that. So yeah, it's on my brain, and I haven't made nothing off of it on it yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, might as well just throw it up here real quick. But yeah, he said bring awareness. I'm bringing awareness, man. That shit's crazy as hell. To have to go through something like that, you and your siblings gotta just kind of like figure it out and hope for the best. And now you trying to like unprocess, or go through the process of whatever the hell you got put through. Like I said, I don't know the details. I ain't know everything. I ain't hear everything. But I know this is like him saying that this is what they would do to keep them in line. They would make shows and do certain things and make events to get them, to keep them in check. And that's crazy to me. Because I noticed it. I was like, dude, that's what we go through. All of us. Somebody's leading all this down, and it's gonna, it makes sense to them. And I'm seeing this line. It's like, oh yeah, like. So that was the connection for me. Word.